What's up, AfterBuzzers and Siesta Key fans? We are talking about Season 2, Episode 3. I don't think monogamy exists in Siesta Key. I'm convinced nobody knows how to stay in a relationship or keep their relationship clean at that fact. And I can't wait to break it down, so don't go away.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
You gotta love Carly Rae Jepsen with this jam. We can never not groove to it. It's so classic.
I want to jump into the ocean.
I know, right?
I don't even know what dance I'm doing to this, but whatever.
I hate it, but I love it.
Welcome back, Siesta Key fans. Man, oh man, this season I will say they promised us drama, and boy did we get drama. And it is
I love it.
so freaking good and juicy. But before we get into it all, I want to introduce our lovely panel. All the way to my left, we've got Kaylee Stump. What's going on?
Hi everyone, I'm Kaylee. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to talk about tonight's episode.
I know, and you're in the live chat, right?
I'm in the live chat, so give us your thoughts and tune in. And
please let us know what you're thinking and what drama you want us to talk about tonight. Yeah. And then we've got, okay, so DJ's last name, I had to practice so many times.
You got it.
DJ Boyolou. I can't say it!
You're close.
Boyolou.
There you go.
I'm getting better.
I had to do the hand thing.
I had to do the hand to like help it out.
It just brings it out. Yeah, this episode was crazy. Oh my gosh, you're right. What is monogamy? I don't know what it is anymore.
It doesn't exist. I actually have a favorite quote that I'm just about to bring out, but before that, Katie Wolski, how's it going?
Hey guys, going good. Another episode, so I'm geeked. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's break it down. I'm Ali Nasta, and I would like to quote something that Juliet said that I would like you all to know is not true by any means. And I quote, "No guy is ever going to commit to you until you make him." False. A guy will commit to you if he wants to. Let him and let him want to. That was the craziest quote. Literally, I need to say it again. No guy is ever going to commit until you make him. No guy wants to commit if you make him want to commit.
That is her whole MO when it comes to dudes. It's like she feels like she has to force these guys. And it's like, you don't need to force it. You're an attractive, amazing
She's so
chick.
beautiful.
If they'll love you, then they'll date you.
Exactly. And I think that sometimes all of our issues, guys, girls, issues all the time is that we always want what we can't have. But the moment you don't have to make someone love you or make the relationship happen, that's when it's meant to be.
Yeah,
and I just found that quote to be hilarious, and I had to write it down verbatim because that was just too much for me to handle.
It's like the whole opposite of what we've all been taught. Like, you can't force a relationship.
Right.
That's just the general idea.
Can't force
She's
love.
like saying the total opposite. Like, what?
Those voiceovers, dude, they are some gems of some quotes that you need to make sure you keep your eye out for. I can never take them seriously. It's
Those
hilarious.
producers know what they're
Wait,
doing.
why is Juliet? I feel like the only one doing voiceovers.
She is.
Yeah.
She'll be
She's
doing,
like,
it'll
you know-
be just for this season. She
So
said
you,
that.
and you know how Laguna Beach had Elsie did it,
and then
and then Kristen did it.
Juliet.
It's
all Juliet this season.
So good. Well, speaking of Juliet, let's just dive right on in. So we've got a couple of things that involve Juliet. The first things first, let's just get it out of the air, get it out of the way. So the whole Chloe, Alex, and Kara drama. Let's talk about Chloe and Alex. So finally, the elephant is out of the room, and we did get to talk and see Alex and Chloe talk about what this whole I love you thing. I really appreciated it. I appreciated that Chloe admitted to, obviously you're with someone, you're spending so much time with them. These emotions can happen. Do you think she's fully over it?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So why do you say no? DJ, why do you say no?
Because the thing is, I don't know. It only happened. I mean, she says she was in love with him, and she's like, oh, that's over. It's been over about a year and a half ago or something like that. I feel like those feelings still kind of linger. You can't be over it 100%. Like, I mean, I'm sure I know myself, I've been in situations where I did have that best friend, and we're still friends to this day, but, I did have a huge crush on him as we were growing up. We were childhood friends, but those feelings still linger. I see him there every now and then, and there's still something. I'm just like, oh. It's never 100% the same,
I want to say opposite. I could say the same thing where I think, I don't know, I was best friends and I dated now he's an ex, and I don't know, I look at him, I have no feelings whatsoever. I mean, other than a friendship. So, I mean, I think that it can go away. And if she's with someone new or, he's obviously with Juliet. So, I don't know. And the whole, I feel like calling her fat thing and then them breaking off. And I think that had a lot to do with it too, about her maybe getting over him.
And the fact that he did tell Juliet Chloe's feelings about him, she obviously felt that as we saw tonight, that betrayed her trust. She thought that he would keep that secret because they are such close friends and they've been such close friends for a long time. So I think, a lot of things that have added up within this season and last season, I think her feelings are as strong as they used to be for him.
I agree with you guys. I don't think that she has feelings for him whatsoever anymore. I think it's one of those things that you're in a stimulated situation, and she's talking about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So let's imagine this is like right after high school, because they're only 23, you know, so they're probably just turning 21. Everybody's allowed to go to the bars legally. You are in a stimulated environment because you have this like loom over your head about possibly getting a TV show, and they're hanging out all the time. You're spending so much time with them, and you kind of are like, like she had mentioned, like, you're starting to flirt a little bit. You're starting to you're spending so much time that you feel like, wow, if I'm spending so much time, why? You start to almost convince yourself that you like them because you're around them so much. So I feel like when she stepped away from that and she did realize his feelings weren't mutual, it was kind of a reality check to realize, okay, where do my feelings actually lie? Am I hurt? Do I want this? And they stayed friends. And I don't think that Chloe's really jealous. I do believe that when she went to apologize to Juliet, I believe it was truthful, and I believe it had nothing to do with her feelings for Alex. Take Alex as a situation.
Right.
She was mad at Juliet because they were friends. She brought her into that group, and she just tried to like swoop her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all know Chloe loves the drama, so the fact that she brought Kara around to push Juliet's buttons was also purely for her enjoyment.
Oh, yeah.
Question for you guys, though. What does this mean for Kara? Are they going to be friends afterwards?
This seems like a very surface level
Juliet
friendship.
and Kara? Or
No,
Chloe?
Kara and Chloe.
Kara and Chloe. I mean, I think that they'll still be friends until maybe something happens, and then maybe Chloe might kick her to the curb and go back to Juliet and everything since she has her friends back.
Yeah, it seems like both of them have like ulterior motives to being friends with each other. It seems like Kara wants to get back into that group. She loves kind of toying with Alex's emotions. Chloe used her for the drama, so I don't think this friendship is really going to last too much longer.
I don't think so either. And it makes me wonder, when they were having that conversation, Chloe and Juliet, when Chloe was, being an adult and apologizing, I was wondering if it was truly sincere, because she wants to be in the group because she obviously has no friends after causing all that drama.
Yeah.
And Alex did give her that ultimatum saying, you need to talk to Juliet, otherwise you can't go to Miami. So I figured that was the only reason why she really talk to Juliet. But then at the same time, now that they've made their amends or whatever, I'm worried about Kara, because I like Kara.
I think Kara has her own motives about everything, but I also feel that Chloe was doing a little bit of bashing of Kara to get to go to Miami. I think that was one of her biggest motives, because she's never not been invited to one of these group outings, and that means a lot to her. And so I think that even though I do believe, I'm not taking back my word, I think that she's truthful in the apology, but I think she bashed Kara just a little bit in that conversation to get the go-ahead for Miami.
Oh, yeah. It kind of seemed like all she just like was, so can I go? Like, to Miami? Can I go?
Right.
Like,
That was the biggest thing that she wanted was Miami.
Right. It wasn't like, I really miss your friendship. I miss my friends, and I want to go to Miami.
Exactly.
And I think it was interesting when they were saying the apology kind of thing, when Chloe was talking to her, or wait, was that at the party? When she said, you're really insecure. That was at the party. When she was saying you're really insecure about your relationship with Alex, Juliet didn't really say anything back to that. She was kind of just like, I guess you're right, and it's true. And something that I would like to ask you guys, do you see like real love and a connection between Alex and Juliet?
Nope.
I feel like I've never really thought about that before. I've never thought about it until this episode, when they were standing outside of the car that he just got, this Bentley. They're standing outside the car, and they're like this far apart. If you guys are listening, I'm like just like putting my hands up, like stop sign. What is it
Wider
called?
than your head.
Yeah, wider than my head. They're standing this far
Shoulder
apart.
width.
There's no like. I feel like when I'm with someone that I love, I'm like always hugging them around them, like, oh, hey, babe, like, how are you? I feel like there's none of that emotional, mushy-gushy stuff.
Chemistry kind of a thing, yeah.
And I think it even solidified that when he had to throw in the jab about, oh, so you really think you can open up a Pure Bar. That put me over the top.
Okay,
gosh.
he is not a supportive boyfriend, and that is not someone you want in your life.
Absolutely not.
And that's something that I think I find.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Steph. That's something I have such a struggle with, is because I know Juliet, like, it sucks because, or stinks, that's probably a terrible word to say, but it stinks because she really wants that lifestyle. She does. But she can do so much better, and she does have ambition. And it's like, Alex, you're going to be making all of this money. Your dad's basically setting you up with a freaking office and a car already.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So your girlfriend has ambitions to open up a Pure Bar? Help her out.
Or
You're
even-
going to be a lawyer.
Yes.
Or even like manage a Pure Bar. Like she
Right.
said, even managing and then maybe having like my own like store. So I don't get how that's not realistic. Plus she has like some status from the show, and you think it probably would help her get a foot in the
course.
door.
Absolutely.
And not to mention when you... Oh, sorry, DJ, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I feel like they're better off without each other, because I feel like both of them will be holding each other back. You know, because Juliet is obviously very emotional and she's very insecure in the relationship, and she keeps, bothering Alex about all this drama that's going on with her insecurities and everything. And you saw the conversation with him and his dad. His dad was saying you should just be focused on, your schoolwork, or law school, all that, and not get into any relationship. Because I feel like all the emotion, all the drama will hold Alex back. And vice versa for Juliet. Him not being supportive and her totally it kind of seems like she's leaning towards relying on his success to be successful herself.
And what
it'll hold her back.
What kills me too is that Pure Bar is basically like a franchise. So you open one up, you have the paperwork to succeed. All you need, and you've got it's an actual, you just open up a new one in a new location.
Right.
All you need is the clientele. Once you build the clientele and you're able to, be savvy, hire the right people, has a trustworthy, employees around, then you're fine. I just feel like he was so quick to jump down her throat, and we saw that. Kaylee, go ahead.
That
Sorry.
is such a form of control for Alex to treat her like that, for him to put down her ambitions, and then to also be so, she talks about how much money he has, and then he's like, well, I'm very generous with my money, and she's like, yes, you are. And then I'm sure we'll get to this at the end of the episode. We see him get super upset when she starts ordering drinks off his card, and then he takes it away. It's like, okay, you can't. It's just full control over her with his money.
100%. And let's just jump right into that situation. So obviously, I feel like this whole episode was a little catered towards the whole money situation and Juliet.
Yes.
And they talked about it last episode. Juliet's parents don't make as much money. That car costs more than their house, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Alex, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, oh yeah, let me do all these things. You can't do something nice for somebody and then expect, if you're gonna do something nice for someone, do something nice for someone. Don't expect anything in return. And if you do expect something in return, then don't do it. And I think he's like, these are all the things that I did for you today.
He's holding it above her head.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
totally. Making her feel bad, thinking that she needs to do more, and obviously she doesn't have that kind of money. Or maybe, I don't know if you guys know, love languages and everything. So there's 5 love languages. And obviously one for her is probably buying her things. So he handles that department for her. But maybe she's not delivering his love languages.
You know what? They need to set boundaries when it comes to his money. If
Yes,
he's going to get upset with her when she has some Red Bulls on his card, then they need to set boundaries because he can't hold that above her head.
I mean, I do get where he's coming from, though, where, obviously, you don't want to be taken advantage of because he has this money, and she does, come off gold diggery. So, I feel like he is being just a little cautious, but I definitely don't think he should hold it over her head.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Katie. And I think something that I was noticing in that situation when they're yelling at each other and he's calling her a dumbae and he's saying these names to her, I was like, did we miss something? I swear
We
there
missed
was
something.
we totally missed something that happened because unless it was just Alex and Polly being ridiculously drunk and stupid and making a situation out of nothing, but I felt like there was something that editing just took out and we don't know what's actually going down.
But I feel like we've seen this before, last season with Alex kind of snapping. Something will get to him and he will snap, and you are kind of confused as to why. And he kind of explained it. It's when I feel like someone's taking advantage of my money, that's when I snap. But yeah.
But
It
yeah,
seemed like we missed
but I
something.
think just like what you said, Keely, is that yes, boundaries need to be made if you're going to get upset about something like that and do all these things. Like, let her. I think it's also when you start something out in a relationship and you make it a repetitive habit, then it's always expected. And I think it is probably a little too far gone now, where she just expects it all, which is not okay by any means. But I think now they need to lay some groundwork down.
Yeah, because I mean, she did say, like, after he said, okay, like, you have it good, like, I obviously take care of you, like, I give you things that you want, and she was just like, your parents are rich, like almost like she did kind of say, well, like, you have so much money, so, like, why wouldn't you spend it all on me?
That was
They both were clearly drunk at that point.
Yeah. So it's like you're saying things you don't mean. But I mean, I think it's definitely ridiculous and not okay to call someone a dumb A, even if they're a friend, let alone your girlfriend.
Also,
Absolutely.
can Polly go
Oh.
away?
Where did Polly come from?
so-
It's so annoying how he keeps inserting himself
Yeah.
into everybody's business.
So annoying.
It's ridiculous. Like, Polly, go away. Why are you even on the
Actually,
show?
Juliet tweeted, I think it was tonight. I think the real thing is that Polly is the one that's in love with Alex.
100%. I
Yes.
would totally retweet
Yeah.
that because
Yes.
it's so weird. And like we talked about this last episode. He is Alex's hype man. Whatever Alex
He's a
says,
little butt
Polly.
buddy.
It's so frustrating. It's almost like everything that comes out of his mouth is just like next. Like let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
It's really annoying.
Before we get into talking about Kara and Garrett's little thing got going on, DJ, do you have something that you want to share with our fans?
Yes, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get to that. But before we move on to our next topic, After Buzzers, we just wanted to thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. Don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
Yay.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're listening on podcast, like she just mentioned, go give us a 5-star and let us know what you think of our after show so we can, keep up with what you guys want and make you guys come back every week because we love talking about all of this tea that has been
Drama.
spilled every episode. So, Kara and Garrett, another lovely, fun Juliet line was, I just feel like he's trying to get revenge. 100% no.
It's not all about you, Juliet. Come on.
I know. She thinks like the whole show revolves around
If
her.
I can hit a buzzer that's an like literally, no, that's how I feel about that. That was the most forced, unnatural relationship that ever happened. If you guys aren't aware of what we're discussing right now, it is Juliet and Garrett dated for like an episode.
Yeah.
Something really weird. They
yeah.
were basically kissing to like make Kelsey.
Yeah,
and-
clearly trying to
Alex
just
jealous,
like get each
yeah.
other exes jealous, or maybe just try and rebound real quick.
Right, and Garrett's
good match.
single. He's just taken care of because she's a hot girl that came up and sat next to her.
Look,
Him.
she's new. And she's pretty, so why not go
Right.
after her?
I
Yeah.
would
If
love
I was
them
Garrett, I
together.
think I'd go after her too.
I think they had so much fun. Like
Yeah.
even Kara was saying, oh, like some sort of conversation was awkward, but I think it was really cute. They had fun together. They were fun to watch.
His wish. Oh
Yeah.
my god. His last wish was to go on another date with her.
Smooth Garrett.
What a
So
good
smooth.
answer. What a good answer.
He is so adorable. And I think what's
so
fun about
sweet.
this is it actually is the most natural relationship I've seen thus far on the show. Because the one about that girl that was like, they met at the lottery or whatever, she like won the lottery tickets.
yeah.
That was a little strange.
random, yeah.
Kelsey and him never had anything to say to each other. I feel
Oh
like when they
my
were
God.
in a scene, it was just like, so, like, you hungry? Yeah. Cool.
Are you gonna hang out with Alex?
Right. It was like the most awkward thing. And then Juliet and him would just kiss and they'd be like, cool. But like they actually seem to have some sort of chemistry.
Yeah,
So
I'm still kind of wary though. Like I feel like I want to protect Garrett because he's so sweet and he's been screwed over so many times by so many girls, and I feel like I don't know Kara well enough to trust her with
Yeah.
his heart. So we'll see. But
Yeah, I get it too. And I feel for Garrett, he's such a great guy. He's so genuine. And I like Kara and Garrett together because Kara can hold her own. She doesn't need to rely or depend on any guy, and that's what I love about her. Like, I have so much respect for her. I mean, for now, I don't know how she is later on in the season, but for now, I'm loving her.
Yeah.
So her and Garrett, I'm rooting for that.
Okay, but do you guys think like Garrett's a little boring?
He's shy.
I think he's shy, but I think
She's like, no, he's not.
I think if you were to bring out like the goofy side of him, then it could happen. But I think it is like someone where you have to pull back a couple of layers because I think there is more depth to him than other people, and he is like very attractive. But like, yeah, like what is that depth that we're not seeing? And I think he's ready to give that to someone, but like we just haven't gotten the chance to see it yet.
Yeah.
He takes time to open up for sure. Courtney C is in the live chat.
Oh, hello, Courtney C.
Hi, Courtney. She says, I think Garrett is sincere, but something is off about Kara.
Ooh. I've actually
She
like
a
been
man-eater?
I've been talking to some friends about Kara, and I'm like, what are your guys' thoughts? And I feel like it's been very, what is it, like murky waters with her. Like some people are, like some people are saying, I don't trust her just yet.
Yeah.
There's something definitely fishy, and I think that, there's a reason she's on the show. Like, obviously production came to her or something, so that'll definitely be interesting to see how that plays out.
Something's brewing.
Something's a brewing in Siesta Key. So let's move on to our favorite topic on this show, which clearly no one knows the definition of, which is a monogamous relationship. I cannot. Okay.
All cheaters.
If we legitimately, every single guy and some of the girls on this show walked up to another person, or the other person walked up to them, and they said, the question was, are you in a relationship? And they were like, well, I don't know, like maybe it's a number. No, you legitimately have a girlfriend. You post on her on Instagram all the time, Brandon. Like,
Brandon, Ben, Madison's man, and then Kelsey didn't even say words.
Kelsey's basically a dude, like the way she acts in her relationships.
I mean, that was well known. Jared knew that they just went for it.
So let's talk about this. I feel like this is totally getting brushed under the water. Yeah. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of hurricane wrath that comes after in the next couple episodes, because this cannot float along so smoothly.
Someone is going to spill the tea about this. Someone's gonna find out.
Well, what I find so interesting is that Madison doesn't know, and like, is she going to get mad because Madison used to have a thing for him? And it's just weird because...
About Kelsey and Jared?
Yeah.
Oh.
So is Madison going to get upset about that? 1, 2, she kind of lied, and like Madison and Ben are like, oh, like we think about you guys as our inspo.
Oh. The fact that, they're supposed to be best friends, Kelsey and Madison, so the fact that Kelsey is hiding that from Madison while also asking Madison and Ben about their relationship and how, telling them, like, you guys need to be on the same page about this. And then it's like, in the meantime, she has a boyfriend somewhere else and she's kissing Jared.
My question, go ahead,
No,
Katie.
but I was just going to say, like, this feels like deja vu all over again, even with the whole Madison thing, because, Alex was Madison's ex, too, and, like, they just got over when Kelsey arrived last summer. So, like, this, like, all happened already, I feel like, and I'm just, like, all watching it again.
It's so common with this group. There's no loyalties.
No.
They share
loyalty.
men, they share women. Like, I think this is just normal for them. It should be okay.
It really is.
They live a free lifestyle, I guess.
That's what they do in Siesta Key.
This is my question. Okay, so Kelsey obviously has this boyfriend, Jacob, that she introduced to all Siesta Key fans the day after season 1 ended. Did you tell Jacob, Jared, so close name. Did you tell Jacob that you made out with this man? I really hope that he's not just finding out now, which I assume not. That we'll get to that later in some Insta stalking. But like, I am excited for the day that we find out how she actually told him, or if she did, because this is very uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
She has been posting like Instagram stories being like, joking that she needs like a lot of drinks or wine to get through tonight's episode, but that's the only way that she's alluded to the fact that she fully cheated on her boyfriend in tonight's episode.
Yeah, but I feel like we're not like looking at this as like cheating, but it's cheating. You have a long distance boyfriend. You decide
kiss.
You literally have chosen to go off to the beach away from the party with this man, like that's a choice.
Get half naked.
Yeah.
Get into the ocean.
And then I love at the saloon, she goes and dances with him on the dance floor in front of everyone. Like, all her friends are there.
Looks like a
Everyone can
movie.
see.
She's like jumping all over him.
he's
Like Dirty
picking
Dancing.
her up.
Oh my God, yeah, so like Dirty
Right.
Dancing.
Well, something too that I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, well, maybe this is just like an overlap in timelines. Like maybe she's not actually dating Jacob yet. And then I'm like, no, they're literally bringing him up in the show. Like this is definitely happening.
Yeah, before they even went to the beach, Jared asked her how her long distance relationship was
that's so
going. And then he took her to the beach. So,
Oh, God, it just once again kind of shows Kelsey's character.
no, it definitely does. She's easily persuaded.
Very confusing here. But I guess another confusing thing that's happening is Madison and Ben. They don't know what they are. They don't know what they want to be.
And that is such a mistake. Like, I did that with a relationship in college. Like, we were apart at different colleges in different states, not together, but then every time we'd come back and see each other again, it was as if we were boyfriend and girlfriend. But as best friends, things slip and we would find out that someone like kissed someone else, and it's just so heartbreaking because you're not used to that, and it's just wrong. Like, you need to either be together or not be together. You cannot
agree.
be in this wishy-washy gray area, because that is just
No, it's
not good
never.
for anyone.
It's never a good thing. It's never. Someone's always going to walk away with a broken heart because there's always one more person invested than the other. Right. And I think in this case, it kind of seems like Madison. I mean, Madison's sitting over there in the same room, and Ben's like, "Oh, like with this girl, like, what are you?"
She's like, so you're single? He looks at Madison and he's like, oh yeah, I'm single.
What? That is mind blowing.
But they were like, oh no, like again though, like when Kelsey even straight up asked them on the beach, like, what are you guys doing? Like, he didn't really want to answer, so Madison stepped in and said, like, we're working on things.
See,
like,
this-
girl, you're not
She
working on
needs to be
things.
straight
He
up
wants
with
to be
him.
single, but he obviously is not trying to lose you. And if you keep up this behavior of letting him do it, he totally thinks
now
it's okay.
she's falling on like the desperation side of things, and it's just not going to work out in her favor.
Like, he clearly isn't that interested in her when they were at the same bar and he was like already intrigued with another girl.
But you're right, he still doesn't want to lose her, because that's why he's coming back to Siesta Key to still see her. So it's very confusing.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's just crazy. And I just think that it's definitely not the answer she wanted to hear. She wants to hear, we can be together. I'll move back for you. Like, that's the answer she wants to hear, but that's not the answer she's going to get.
Yeah.
So, like, I can foresee this happening a couple more episodes, and then it's just going to go off. Like, he's going to get drunk and hook up with someone. It's going to go off the rail.
And she needs to be clear. Like, she
Yeah.
needs to be clear,
Yes.
directly tell him, this is what I want.
Thank you.
What do you want?
She needs to
If
share
they're not
her
on the
feelings.
same page, then
Yeah.
they gotta just go different ways.
Yeah, and I think that's probably that's like sometimes the biggest issue is that nobody actually communicates how they feel. So then someone gets hurt, and it's like, well, you need to actually communicate. Like, you know what? I think a lot of the times we're like so worried we're gonna lose somebody, so we'll just do whatever we can to hold on to that feeling. But we really just need to cut to the chase and like, we're gonna be heartbroken now or 5 months down the road. Like, might as well just like tell you how I feel, and if that's not what you want, then we need to cut it loose, man.
Right?
Yeah,
I
Courtney.
feel.
Sorry, I was going to say really
No,
quick.
go ahead.
Courtney has something to say. She says Ben wants to be on TV, period.
Oh, I think so too.
True.
Okay, but like, he's not even cute to look at or interesting.
Compared to the rest of them.
Bye, Ben. Just leave.
Speaking of people that leave, it's kind of like, what the heck is Brandon doing? Is he going to leave this relationship? Is he not? He literally said, we're not together. Okay, Brandon, let me ask you something. Did you not post a picture of this girl right after season 1 of Siesta Key ended, after you were broken up with Madison? Yes, this girl is all over his Instagram. If you're not together, I don't know what you are, because that is not the case. And something that really, really angered me is that when Camille was like, this is weird, you haven't texted me to tell me that you're with a girl all day.
Yeah.
He flipped the script on her, and he basically was like, you know what, you're getting angry for no reason. Like, he was manipulating her into thinking she was crazy, and that is not okay.
That's a guilty man.
He
Boy.
needs a lesson
Guilty boy.
in relationships.
101. Like, you had Madison, who was great, who was everything that you could probably ever want. The first girl you ever say I love you to, whether that be real or not. Because, come on, guys, we know this is a show. We know it's produced. We're just speaking off of what we see. We don't know these people in real life. But I will say, like, he had the perfect girl with Madison. And, like, now this Camille girl seems pretty chill, really cool.
Yeah.
And, like, I think anybody, if they see their boyfriend, and he answers the phone, baby, I get it. But, like, okay, one thing. I get how he was trying to make it seem like she like he was trying to make it seem like, oh, like even if I do show her that there's a girl to the right of me,
as if it's no big deal.
yeah.
when I
But
answer
then
on
he was
FaceTime.
holding the phone to kind of make it angled to where she wasn't going to be seen. But then it kind of like was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm doing this. So.
Yeah, she's completely right. I mean, if he's texting her all day long, I mean, you should tell your girlfriend regardless. Like, hey, this girl's gonna come over. It's just the two of us. Yeah, it is very sketchy. She was very
Or even
right
like,
in that.
or even like when you ask, obviously, like, what are you doing today? Like, you'd be like, oh, like Elena's coming over later, like to work on music.
And
Cool.
He knew he was in the wrong, and just like you said,
did.
when
Yeah.
he angled that camera, I peeped that too.
Yeah.
So he knew he was guilty.
Yeah, and I think that it's something that if you didn't have any feelings towards this girl, you would have told her. But the fact that he was trying to hide something and not abruptly be like, oh yeah, Alana's coming over for music. Like, no, you want to make something happen with Alana. 100% that's going to happen.
She's
Shady.
beautiful.
I mean, yeah.
She's gorgeous. And
But-
did somebody say that his girlfriend, Camilla, right, was a groupie or something like that?
That's
That's what Juliet said over the VO, but like
Yeah.
those VO scripts, I'm not really sure how realistic they can be.
True.
I think that kind of wraps up this episode with all of the crazy drama.
Crazy.
But before we end the drama, we want to Insta-stock some of our favorite Siesta Key members.
Yes.
And we would like to start with our favorite Kelsey. Kaylee, can you take it away?
Let's do this. Okay, so Kelsey, you guys, posted this yesterday
Oh, goodness.
on her Instagram, this photo, kissing her boyfriend. And I'll just read, it's a very long caption, and there's also a montage of photos in the next slide, which we don't need to go through. She wrote, whenever people ask how long we've been together, I feel so silly saying a year. Here's my reasoning why. I met you 5 years ago, and since then I couldn't picture my life without you, nor will I have to. I know no matter what, whichever way our paths may lead us, you and I will 100% be in each other's lives, whatever our title may be. And there's more to that. So it's just so interesting to see this photo posted yesterday. And he's also all over her Instagram. They're clearly in a relationship. She says a year. They started filming last April. So it has not been a year. So she was obviously with him, that we know, when she was kissing Jared.
So, question for you guys. Do you think that, like, they weren't official when this was happening? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, there has to be a reason as to why Kelsey was so easily off making out with other guys.
No, she said when Garrett came to her door, and that was a sad moment. But
Oh my
when
gosh,
they like,
duh!
yelled at her, she said
Yes.
she was in love and that she had a new man.
Yes.
basically,
Get over
like,
it.
yeah, basically, get away from me, Garrett. Like, I found a new man. I found new love. Like, I'm very happy. So
She's just like
the
solidifying.
receipts are there.
Yeah.
100%. That's so true.
She's just solidifying
for
her
reminding
like
us, Kitty.
title as a cheater in Siesta Key. It's just what she's
Yeah.
becoming.
It's crazy. Oh, man.
Not
So sad.
proud, but
So apparently they're still together to this day.
Yeah.
I guess good for them.
And I wonder what he thought.
I
of
feel
tonight's
bad for
episode.
them.
They
I-
obviously worked through it. So.
I feel like we definitely are going to see something like go down where she finally has to tell him and like it's going to be like 'cause I think right now she's sussing out what Jarrett has to offer and like she's like, oh, if he is everything I want and more and he's here, maybe that's something, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
Going on to the next one.
Let's do the next one.
Bye, Kelsey.
So this is a little gem that we found. Chloe does have a boyfriend, which he does not want to be on the show. He lives in Denver, and she kind of posted this a couple months ago saying, you know, to defend herself, you know, this is why I'm not like dating anyone on the show. This is why I'm not in love with Alex, is because I'm dating this guy who lives in Denver. And she wrote this. She also wrote a very long caption. I'll read it just a tiny bit. I never thought I would be lucky enough to meet my best friend and soulmate so young.
What?
He is not someone that likes the spotlight on him. The entire cast has known about him the entire time we have filmed, which makes it uncomfortable for anyone who has posted things and or acted like I'm not in a relationship. But we have made the decision together to let the world know about us.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people were saying like, oh, Chloe, get your own relationship and then you won't be so worried about other people's. And she's like, I have one.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's him.
Well, good for her.
They're adorable.
She seems very happy, and she's
Yes.
constantly visiting Denver, visiting him. So
I've definitely seen it on Instagram.
Aw, I ship them.
Last but not least.
and it's just them kissing because they're just too cute.
Aww. They're in love.
They're soulmates.
So cute.
I know, Chloe.
Chloe is not in love with Alex. That is
Yeah.
dust in the wind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
can move on.
Well,
Well
I
done.
am so happy for Chloe, and I'm glad that we're mending friendships and probably just soon enough for it to be broken again. But we'll see what happens. Really quick, let's get into some lightning round predictions. Kaylee, starting with you.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
My prediction is Madison is going to get her heart broken by Ben.
100%. Sad to say. I don't mean to say that like with like joy. It's like sad.
Oh goodness, so many predictions, but one thing I would have to say that stands out: Kelsey and Madison might be on the edge of their friendship.
That's
with
a
the
good
whole
one.
That is a
Jared
good one.
Situation.
Yeah.
Katie.
I think that Jared and Kelsey are just gonna fizzle out. I don't think they're really gonna be anything.
You mean Kara?
No, Kelsey. Oh, sorry. Did I just say the wrong name?
Wait, did you say?
Oh, Jared.
Jared.
Oh my God, I was
Jared and
thinking
Kelsey.
Garrett. I was like,
okay,
Garrett and
because
Kelsey.
I was
Very
like,
similar
wait.
names.
I was like, what did I just say?
I'm sorry, Katie. I was like, Garrett and Kelsey. Of course we know that's fizzled out. Okay, sorry. Jared and Kelsey.
Sorry, Jared and Kelsey.
Long day.
No, totally get it. What about you? What's your prediction?
I think my prediction is Brandon's gonna cheat on Camille with Alana, but like I think Camille's gonna take him back instead of like Madison, who like totally dropped him. But he's gonna definitely try out something with Alana. It's just going down the wrong path.
He's gonna go for it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely happening. And then I think that I think Garrett and Kara are gonna like actually hit it off and like continue to date.
Me too. I think that they might have a good little connection there for a little bit.
I'm so for it.
I'm interested to see what happens.
I love this show. It's so good. There's so much to talk about. We never have enough time. But in the meantime, Kaylee, where can they find you on social
You
media?
can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kaylee Stump and check out my podcast Sex in Studio City.
Ooh, thank you guys so much. I'm DJ. You can follow me on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu.
I'm working on it.
That was pretty good though.
Hey guys, Katie Wolski, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at KatieWolski_.
Hey guys, Allie Nasta here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We will see you next week. Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.